us know
before it
when we're going to
starts.
be live, so it's nice. Yes, please do that when we're not on air. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Everything Under the Moon. I have with me tonight my co-host, Dave. Hey there, Dave.
Hey, everybody.
You're just like, hi.
Yeah, what's up?
And then our special guest tonight is Jenn. Hey, Jenn, how are you doing? Can you hear us okay, Jenn?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Okay,
I'm sorry.
doing good. So tonight, I'm sorry, what, Jenn? I think you're kind of dragging a little bit, Jenn.
Yeah, she's got that lag.
Yeah.
Do you want me to switch to my phone?
If you want to try that, and we'll just keep
It doesn't do it as
going
bad
until
on my
you can
phone.
do it. Yeah, that's fine. Dave and I got it handled until you
Okay.
can come back. Yeah, no problem.
Yep, I can do that.
Okay.
I'll count down out loud.
All right. So
Yeah,
until
countdown.
Jenn gets back, Dave, you and I can kind of catch everyone up. It's so weird to be like this, though, to see each other and to live stream like this. I am so used to not doing it live stream. I think this is the third time maybe that we've done a live stream.
Yeah.
Because we did the one in Tombstone at Undertaker's Live. And then we did one other. So this is like only our third time, and it's so weird. People are definitely going to see that I talk with my hands all the time. I do apologize ahead of time.
Yeah. I keep mine like this most of the time. I'm just like, I try not to because I go, and, I'm just going to keep mine right here. Right here.
Well, good. Like you noticed when we were doing live at Undertaker's, you noticed like my shadow and all my little hand play.
Yeah.
All right, Jenn, are we better now?
This should be better.
Yes,
oh, much better.
We're not lagging.
Yeah,
Yay!
we're good.
It's crazy. I cannot use StreamYard on my laptop. It works on my phone.
Huh.
Yeah. I have an old laptop that was like that. It's like if you have like way too much on your laptop, StreamYard like lags a lot. So I have my new handy little laptop that I use for it now. So
yeah,
it's supposed to only be for writing, but I'm using it for this too.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Don't tell anyone.
No.
So Jenn, welcome to Everything Under the Moon. And tonight what we will do is for the next hour, we will basically talk about literally everything under the moon. But before we get started, I would like for you to go ahead and introduce yourself and let everyone know who you are.
Well, I'm Jenn. I have been in the paranormal field for over 10 years now. It flew by. The other day I was like, wait, how long have I been doing this? But I have seen stuff, felt stuff since I was young. I host multiple fundraising events throughout the year. The Women of the Paranormal Celebration, the Men of the Paranormal Con, and the Lake Erie Parafest. I also hold a Cryptid Con, which it will be the first year for that. I hold public events. I'm the Region 2 director of the North American Dogman Project. And I also sit on the admin team for Global Ghost Hunt.
Oh, okay.
And
that's super cool.
You have a lot on your plate.
I do.
Yeah. And the Crypticon I was like, wait, what? A Crypticon? I've never heard of. Well, you said it's the first one like that you've done, but have they been done in the past?
Oh yeah, they have
elsewhere?
Bigfoot conferences, Dogman conferences, the Mothman Festival. There's all kinds of cryptid conferences around.
Huh.
Not here.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Because there's a lot of weird shit out there.
Oh, I know. And it's just getting weirder. Like the aliens in Miami.
Yes, that was something that Dave and I was like,
So
no, don't
dumb.
go there.
It's so dumb.
When we were in Tombstone on Monday investigating, I
Mhm.
had asked Dave, did you hear about this? And he had no clue. So I was like
No.
showing him the different stuff. And I was telling him, I'm like, research it and see. Because I had only done like a quick thing about it. And I had heard two different stories. I had heard that all those police were out there for a fight between teens with sticks, and then a fight, or not a fight, but them setting off fireworks in the mall.
Yep.
And I was like, that's a lot of cops for that.
That's what everybody's talking about.
Yeah,
And
like, that wasn't a lot of cops.
my friend's daughter actually is a flight attendant,
Mm-hmm.
and they did ground all flights for 12 hours out of Miami too. There was, I've
That's
heard different
strange.
numbers of homes between I heard 30,000, I heard 61,000 homes. They shut down the electric. I heard they shut down the cell phones.
Okay, that's weird.
And
That
That is
can't just
weird.
be teens fighting,
Well, that's
or
weird
even an
because
active shooter situation.
yeah, because I mentioned it to my wife and she got on her trusty iPad real quick and was like, "Yeah, it's all BS. That's not even what happened." Like so, which makes sense. It's a little far fetched, but do I know the truth? Nope, I don't. So
well,
it's weird.
I read at the same time, around the same time, there was like a bunch of fights in a mall out in California, and they had like it was more than like 4 kids with fireworks and sticks, but there was only like maybe a handful of cops, 10 at the most, that were out there taking care of that. So why like 75 cops at this mall?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one thing
That
that
was
made me question. And I thought, well, maybe it is like an active shooter, but
Right.
still, I don't
nope.
know.
I just figured it out. It was
You
their
figured it out?
excuse to go to the mall. No, it was their excuse to go to the mall to go shopping. That's all it was. That's all it was.
They wanted the after Christmas sales. Is
Yeah.
that it?
There you go.
You guys need backup. We'll be right there. Oh, look at that. No.
Look, that's on sale, 75%
Yeah.
off.
They're shopping. They're shopping, man. They're shopping.
Buy one, get one free.
There you go.
You
Yeah.
know, that was just
Bath
their
and Body
excuse.
Works came out with new products.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they got like the 75% off their old stuff. So, their seasonal
Yeah.
stuff. So,
That's all it
perfect
was.
time to go shopping for the wives. So,
That's why all the cops were there. That's all that was.
we
For
figured
real.
it out, ladies
That's
and
right.
gentlemen.
We got it. We got it. Nailed it.
Yeah, now I can see you getting an email. This is not why.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
But
FBI
yeah,
will come.
that is a weird way to start 2024. That's for sure.
It is. And then the rogue waves out in California.
Oh, I know. I was seeing those videos. The beach
Yeah.
that I usually go to, Belmont area, because I usually go to Belmont Park because they have like the little amusement area and stuff.
Mhm.
And the waves were literally up against the wall. So there's like no way you could go down to the beach.
Yeah,
And
I
I
saw
was
that.
like, that is so weird. Just a lot of things have started off 2024 in a weird or dramatic or tragic way.
Mhm.
Oh, I agree.
All the above. All the above.
Yeah, it's like, the tornadoes. Our producer, had the tornadoes whip, through their town, and all the damage he was saying that was going on before the show. And they're expecting more, and just, what happened in like Japan, all the freaking high tide waves and, California, the who knows what in Miami. 2024 is just starting off kind of
I'm
weird.
telling you, the earth is trying to get rid of us, man. I've said it for so many years. It just wants us gone. And I don't blame it. I don't blame it
It's
at
like you're
all.
screwing up.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not supposed to be here. Yeah.
You can't get along with each other. Behave.
Mhm. Something
That's
like
the
that.
truth.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like you can't get along with each other. You're being punished. Be kind. I've been saying that for years. Be kind to one another. It doesn't take that much. Jeez.
No,
It's like just smile. Be nice. That is so hard.
it is.
Apparently it is anyway. But we are starting off the new year really good, aren't we, Dave?
So far, so good. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
We've
good to
already
hear.
had two investigations. I was going to say one,
Mhm.
but it's been 2 investigations
Mhm.
this, year already. we're starting some new things. I think at the end of the month, I'm still waiting to hear back from everything, but some new things going on. My first tour of the year is tomorrow night for the Tucson Ghost Tour. So I'm off to a good start, at least. The world may be going crazy, but I'm happy with, what I got going on at least.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
look at the rest of the world because that's going to depress me.
Yeah. True.
I
Very
get that.
depressing. Yeah. So Jenn, what do you got coming up? I'm sure you got all kinds of things going on your list.
Well, not until where is it? I don't even have anything going on till March. We're supposed to went to Bobby Mackey's on the 21st, and we were
Didn't they
told
close down or something temporarily or something?
well, that's what's really weird is that first they said they were going to demolition it.
Mm-hmm.
So I had Saturdays booked for November, or not November, but December. And then we saw online that I believe it was his wife said, no, we're remodeling. And then they were supposed to move, and something about they didn't get their liquor license transferred. So now we're back to Sunday through Thursday. And I ended up just canceling it because we can't investigate on Sundays.
Yeah.
We work. So, but
Yeah, I think
that's what we're supposed to do. And I don't have anything till March, till the women's event.
okay. Yeah, I think a lot of people they don't realize that we actually, have lives out of this. A lot of people work,
Mm-hmm.
outside of this because they watch the shows like, the ghost hunters, things like that. And so they think, oh, this is your career. And most people don't realize we don't get paid. So this isn't our career.
Yeah.
This isn't something we really get paid for. Now I do have the opposite of that though, because I do own the ghost company. So yes, I do earn money from that. But even so, I have a life outside of this to where I have kids to take care of Monday through Friday.
Yep.
So I can't be up at, 2 a.m. on Sunday and then getting up at like 6 a.m. to take my kids to school,
Well, I get it. I have one in high school and one in second grade, and my oldest graduated and works, but I still have to get them around, make sure they're up.
Yeah, it's not easy. And so you try to plan everything around that so you're not having early mornings and dragging your butt while trying to get them to stop dragging theirs.
And then I have to work on top of that at my real job. So,
hmm Yeah, people don't get that, we got things that we do outside of this and we're not getting rich off of this. So we can't just, do this nonstop. I mean, if we could, that would be great. But,
I know, right?
yeah, I mean, doing something like this all the time, I don't know. You'd
My
probably get
neighbor,
paranormal hangovers, though.
my my neighbors, they just moved out across the street, and the one kid rides the bus. They all go up to the elementary school, and they get on the bus there to go. He goes to a different school than here in town, but it's in the same school district.
hmm
The one here in town is more geared towards the Amish community, and the other elementary school is more computers and things like we use.
Right.
And the one kid across the street, he was telling my oldest daughter that his stepdad told him that I quit my job and went to find Bigfoot. I said, you know what? I said, I'm really upset he was talking about me. He could have at least got the right cryptid. I investigate dogmen. I do investigate Bigfoot, but come on now. Get the right cryptid if you're going to talk smack.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And then I was like, how am I supposed to quit my job? Because doing this gets kind of expensive.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's not a cheap hobby
No, it's not.
at all.
No, it definitely is not. And, I've been very blessed because, my company helps support the paranormal team that I run.
Hmm.
But, my company is just now getting to where I want it and need it to be. But in the past, it was basically my husband that supported me through all of this. And it was so nice and wonderful that he would buy me all this equipment and let me spend all this money. And then, not now, I'm not saying now, but in the past, I would have team members that weren't very nice with the equipment and kind of
Yeah.
like throw it and, throw it in the bins and stuff. And so it would break. And I would get so frustrated. And so would my husband, because we're like, this stuff is not cheap.
No.
It's like, it's not cheap at all. And just to have team members, in the past disregard it and be like, whatever, and just throw it in there and break it was so frustrating. So we kind of started member dues to help pay for, like the batteries and equipment replacement and stuff like that. Unless they help with like the paid events, then they don't have to, help out in other ways. But
Yeah.
it's like we just can't have people come in and, abuse our equipment because it's not cheap. And I don't, unless you're like really into this as a hobby, I don't think you realize how expensive some of the stuff is.
No, what was I was looking at? An Ovilus the other day. And they were like $599.95. I was like, holy cow, I'm not getting that this year.
Yeah. You get like one major piece of equipment every year to check off your list.
I was like, oh, look, never mind.
It's not cheap. It's not. There's been some things that I've been wanting for a while, and I like look and I'm like, still hasn't come down in price. Never mind. It's like I keep waiting for the price drop. It's like it's been out for a while. It should come down in price, but it doesn't.
No, they don't at all.
No, it's like after Christmas sale, 75% off now. I wish, but no, that stuff just does not happen with the paranormal equipment, unfortunately.
I think it's in such high demand, and they make so many. Like with the Ovilus, you couldn't find it for a long time. And I think that's why the prices stay up so high and keep getting more expensive. Plus everything else is getting more expensive. So everybody else has to up their prices.
Yeah. Dave, what do you got shining on you? I keep seeing like flashes of light.
Shining on me?
I don't know. From my end, it looks like you got flashes of light coming off of the side of you.
What side? What side? I don't know. It's backwards. I don't know, man.
I know.
I don't know. Oh, no. Hang on.
You know what it is. Okay, because I'm like, it's this.
No, it was this side. Wait.
Yes, it is that side. Yes, exactly.
Wait. I don't know. Anyway, no, I had my TV on. I turned it off.
Oh, okay, because I kept seeing flashes of light.
Sorry. Yeah.
Were we not entertaining enough, Dave?
No, it was on earlier because I was doing stuff, but I don't have the volume on, so I turned it off for the show, so it's all good. But I didn't realize it was gonna cause flashes of light and whatever. So
it's the aliens
over there.
Yeah, I'm not even looking at it now, so it doesn't matter. But it's all good. Sorry.
Thought maybe you had some aliens coming for you or something.
No.
Not
yet. I wish.
You wish.
I would tell them. I would go. I would just go if they showed up and just said, "Hey, Dave, do you want to go for a ride?" I'm out. I mean, I'm just saying.
They don't even have to offer you candy or anything.
No candy. No, it doesn't have to be a van. It could just. I'm getting on that ship. 100%. I'm getting on that ship.
I know. I said a couple years ago, I'm like, at this point in time, it would be a vacation.
Exactly.
It would be the coolest thing that I've ever experienced in my entire life. Even if I didn't make it back, hey, man, now who can say that?
What if they flashy thing you and you don't remember it?
I feel like I could remember it. I feel like whatever they put in my butt, I'm gonna remember that. So I'm gonna remember that.
I think we'd all remember if that happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They wouldn't let us forget.
You can flashy thing me all you want to, but when you go to those extremes, I'm gonna remember that. There's gonna be something left behind. I'm gonna remember. Whatever.
If people haven't realized by now, Dave's like obsessed with this whole butt thing. I swear to
No, I'm not obsessed. I just it's been a
Okay.
story for as long as people can remember. So I'm like, if that's what they do to people, then that I'm gonna remember that. I mean, that's just hands down. I'm gonna remember that for sure.
Dave, I do disagree with you on that because when we go to investigations, you are constantly trying to get them to touch your butt.
You know why? Because there's always claims that they go around touching butts. So why would I not want them to touch my butt?
So
I
see,
mean,
it's this whole butt thing. And
it doesn't
okay,
matter. If they said
I'm
they
proving
touch your
my point here,
eyelash, I'm
Jen.
like,
Watch
touch my
this.
eyelash. I don't care.
Okay. While we were in Tombstone on Monday, okay, we had the equipment on the chair, and you made the comment that we were inviting them to sit on our equipment, and then you made a comment about it getting stuck in their butt cheeks. So see, this is just something you do.
No, because no, see, and I don't know if I've explained this to many people, but the way my mind works, when someone says something, my brain creates like a video of what they said. It's always been that way. So I had a video in my head of them sitting down and then getting up, going, "What the hell?" And it's stuck in their butt, and they walk away. That's what whatever. That's just the way my brain works. Sorry. That's why. That's why. That's all it is.
As you can tell, Jen, we have lots of fun on our investigation.
Lots of butt conversations, I think.
The last time we had a lot of outhouse conversation, apparently, because May texted me before the show going, I am laughing my butt off at you and Dave talking about the outhouse. I can't even remember what we were saying about the outhouse, but
I don't know.
apparently we had a very good conversation about the outhouse. I don't know.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
The things we say, we don't even remember.
I get that.
Well, you got to keep things entertaining on investigations.
Yeah.
Especially when it's quiet. You got to do something to keep yourself awake. And
a lot of times they tend to join in.
Yes, and that's what we've noticed.
Yeah.
When we're sitting there and we're having fun and we're laughing and we're being just stupid and silly, that seems to be what they're attracted to. Mm-hmm. And that's what they want to come join in on. Of course, we keep it respectful. We may get weird, but we're not being stupid. And
right.
not, we're not.
She fell. She fell. She's back.
Yeah, she fell.
She got up.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. I've fallen and I can get up.
We had that conversation a few weeks ago too, didn't we? About falling.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was about, but
the conversations, I don't remember half of them.
No,
but the good news is they're always recorded.
Yeah, that's the sad part is even if you don't remember it, like other people will bring it up. Like, you remember that time? I'm like, shut up, man. No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, but Dave, we have it in recordings. It's like out there.
Yeah, but even throughout my whole life, like people, my whole life have been, hey, remember when you did this, when you said this? And I don't. And they start telling the entire story. And I'm like, oh my God.
And with you, that's, I'm sure, dangerous.
Well, it's just, I can't offer anything on the subject because I don't remember it at all. They could just be making it up. I don't know, So, yeah.
So, Jen, you said that you have been doing this for 10 years. Congratulations. I actually celebrated my 10 years in 2013 in October. So that's when I had started my company, was 10 years ago too. So yay for 10 years. But what, and because I know you said that you've had like experiences pretty much your whole life.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So have I. So I'm assuming that that's what got you into this, or was it something else?
I just had a fascination with it since I was young. And my my grandma on my dad's side, she would see spirits and she would talk to them. And then my mom's sister, I tried to get her to go with me, and she's like, nope, I see and hear enough things at home. I'm good. So that, and then it's always fascinated me ever since I was little. I would read as much as I could about it, watch as much as I could. I read about anything from ghosts to poltergeist to Bigfoot to the Bermuda Triangle. I had a book years ago, like, elementary school. I loved my book on the Bermuda Triangle. I don't
It's
know why.
baffling.
I find that interesting. I've never really studied it or anything, but that is definitely an interesting, conversation and thing. I don't think no one's really been lost in there lately, though. When was the last time that they claimed that someone's been lost in the triangle? It's been a while, hasn't it?
Wasn't there a plane years ago? That's the last thing I heard. The plane
Yeah.
went down or something. I don't understand this. These cruise ships go through there all the
All
time.
the time, yeah. And they come out fine.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, okay, so these cruise ships come out fine. They're through there all the time, but planes tend to disappear. So I don't know.
It's just one of those things that over the years that many people have tried to figure it out. No one's been able to figure out exactly what the hell is going on, and it's even harder now because there's so many people involved who you don't even know what to believe anymore.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to go there too. Just fly over it and just circle it and see what happens. Like maybe I'll appear and be like, oh, I guess it's still going on. Dave's gone.
Dave's gone.
Yeah, Dave's gone.
He went with the aliens that's in the ocean.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
in the ocean now.
Yeah, they're everywhere now. They came out of the ocean and they went to the mall. So
They needed the after Christmas sales. Come on, give them a break.
Yeah, they needed floaties and stuff. I guess I don't know. Little canoes.
Well, it is Florida. They probably do still have floaties in the.
I just envisioned this when you said they have floaties. Those big banana floaties for the pool.
Yeah.
I just envisioned this little. I'm not mocking or making fun of anybody or anything, but when you said that, I just envisioned this little 4-foot gray alien kick back on his banana floaty like this.
Little pina colada. Yeah. Yep.
That's what that was the vision that popped in my head.
You never know. I mean, one of these days we might find out the truth to everything, but until then, it just keeps us all wondering.
No. I'm like, no. Not as long as the government's involved, you're not going to.
I agree.
Not going to happen.
Well, then we just tell them to go bye-bye. We're like, we want the truth. Yeah. Well, didn't they actually come out and say that aliens do exist or something along those lines?
Yep. So, that's what I don't understand either is they don't think we can handle it and they're trying to hide this if that's what it was. But yet you released documents and came forth that
exist. Yeah.
And so many people came forward too after that. People that were sworn to secrecy and all this good stuff. They're just like, okay, I know things that I wasn't supposed to know. I'm telling you, I'm not supposed to tell you guys, but I'm going to tell you everything. So, and
I'm going to air it all over.
Yeah, why not? Why not? We're all in this together, man. We all have the same questions. Like, what the hell is going on? So, yeah, I invite you to tell me everything. Tell me. So.
And then you have to be hushed. Who knows? But I find it fascinating though because we're told yes they exist, but yet we still have things hidden from us. They've recognized places as haunted. The people in government and everything has recognized things as haunted, but yet they don't want to admit these things exist still. And it's like, okay, you're doing this weird circle thing to where you're telling us, yes, this place is haunted, but no, ghosts don't exist. And you're doing this thing about, yes, aliens are around, but no, they don't come to Earth. I mean, they're like backtracking. They tell us something and then they backtrack. And it's
there's too many people involved. There's too many people, man. You're never going to get the truth when you have that much power over. You're never going to get the truth. It's not going to happen. You might get little bits and pieces to keep you going, but that's it. They're just appeasing us at this point. That's all.
Or it's all a distraction from something else. Who knows? We'll never know, I don't think. I think it's just something that, just like, we have so many questions when we go on investigations that, we want to learn. and I don't think we're ever going to actually learn them. Does the cold affect them? Does the heat affect them? Do they shower? Do they do this? We've been asking so many questions this whole time, and we've never gotten those answers at all.
Yeah.
I think your main question that you've asked every single time is if you can borrow money.
Yeah, that's just to get somebody to talk. I mean, I've
I
asked
know.
some super stupid questions over the years, and I'm sure I'll come up with more, but I just want to hear them say, like, no, you can't borrow $1, or I don't have $1, or anything.
You got to remember, though, some of these ghosts that we're talking to could be, from the 1800s, and $1 was a lot of money to them.
Yeah, but they're just going to say no. I mean, that's all I want is just an answer. I don't care what the question is. Just talk to me, man. That's it. That's all.
Yeah. What is like one of your go-to questions on investigations, Jen? Like Dave's, asking if he can borrow money. Mine's usually asking, things like, do the cold, heat type thing affect them, or if they even have to work in the afterlife. That's like my biggest fear. We like die and we still have to work.
We probably do. Probably do. We have to go to our ghost jobs.
Yeah.
Sit at our ghost desk.
Like, or what? Or what? What if I don't? Like, that's what, like, we're already dead. What are you going to do?
You get
Die
punished.
again? Maybe we die again. Maybe there's more than one death.
Who knows? We got 9 lives like a cat.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. But,
we don't know.
What's your go-to question? What's like one thing that you're always trying to find out?
It's just according to the location of where we ask what we ask.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a set of specific questions we ask. We actually went to a convent, an old convent over in Toledo.
Okay, let me guess. Collingwood?
Yeah, we held our global ghost hunt event there.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I've investigated there. Toledo is my hometown.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I'm originally from Toledo. So when I went back for a vacation one year, I went to Toledo Yacht Club and got like a tour of that. And then I got to investigate Collingwood Art Center.
So did you have anything crazy happen there when you were there?
At Collingwood or the Yacht Club?
Collingwood.
I didn't really see anything. It was more of a feeling. I kept feeling like, because you have those cells, what they refer to as cells for the nuns.
Yeah.
We were up in that area, and there's like a stairwell. I want to say to the left, like right off of the cell area.
Mm-hmm.
And that stairwell, I was drawn to that stairwell for some reason. I kept feeling like something was in there. And then I kind of kept feeling like I was invading their space. And so I was like apologizing, saying, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to invade your space. I hope this is okay. And one of the people I was with, he was listening live to EVPs. Mm-hmm. And I guess when I said that, I was sorry for invading, their space, he heard an EVP saying, she says she's sorry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that was definitely very interesting. But like I said, I felt like something was going on in that stairwell. Like I constantly felt like I was being watched from that area or something.
We didn't even get to that part of the building. We're going to go back.
Okay. But what part were you in?
We investigated the basement and where they have the little offices now and a couple apartments. And we were in the house, and my best friend's daughter was with us, and something attacked her. And it's actually at the end of our global ghost hunt video on Collingwood. And so on the second floor, they said that somebody was pushed down those stairs.
Okay.
And Becky, who she investigates all the time with me, you hear her when we're trying to get Katie down the stairs, she just kept screaming and crying. She's like, don't touch me. and nobody was touching her. Nobody was close to her. And then I told her, I said, well, you go downstairs first. And she's like, no, you're going to push me down the stairs. They're telling me you're going to push me down the stairs. I'm like, no. And then she said somebody was screaming at her and we weren't. And when we finally got her downstairs, you hear Becky say, go, 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 go. She said something was running up behind her on that wood floor. You could hear it.
Okay.
And then we tried to get her through the basement. She started screaming again that she wouldn't go down there. There was a big black man standing down there, like not racial, but it was just a big black mass that was in the shape of a man. It took me about 2 hours to get her grounded.
Wow. Now, I'm trying to remember. I don't think I went into the basement. I think basically where I went was the like auditorium that they have there.
Yeah.
And then after the auditorium, basically up to the nuns' quarters. I think those are the only 2 spots that I was in, if I remember straight.
Well, what was weird is we were told that the elevator went up to the 4th floor and that was the only way up or down. And they would leave the door unlocked for us to go over to the cells. We could walk across the top of the dome on that flooring they have up there. That was locked after we were told it would be open. So we went to the 3rd floor and something was like leading us away from the nuns' quarters or the cells. Like we couldn't even find how to get back up there that night. Like they didn't want us over there.
It's definitely I remember it being a huge building.
Yep.
And we didn't take any elevator at all. We took the stairwell. So I climbed all the stairs. That was fun. But
that elevator was creepy.
I never went in the elevator at all. But I did the auditorium and the nun area, and we took that stairwell next to the nun area, and I think that's basically all we did. Because I think they had something else going on that night. So they like the separate. There's like so many parts of the building, but not in the auditorium, but in like a separate part, they had stuff going on. So we just had those areas to work with. But it was definitely very interesting. I would love to go back there sometime and, have more access to more areas. Maybe the next time I get to Toledo, who knows, but Toledo is definitely a very interesting town. I grew up there. There's lots of, different areas that I feel are very haunted there. The house I had lived in was definitely very haunted. It was built back in the 1800s. So I just grew up in that area. And so whenever I hear the stories from Toledo, I'm always so happy to hear them because I love knowing that, it's all there and maybe one day I get to go back and explore it all.
If you come back, give me a call and I'll go too. We can meet over at Collingwood and we can investigate together. I like that building.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a huge building.
It is.
It's so funny because when I lived there, I don't remember ever going there. Like when I lived in Toledo, I don't remember ever going there. And so when I went back and, we had plans to go there. And when I approached the building, I was like in awe. I didn't expect it to be as big as it was.
It's huge.
Yeah. And I was just like, wow, I don't know why I had never gone there. But I had never gone there when I lived there. So I was just in awe over the whole thing. Well, just like I never went to Toledo Yacht Club when I lived there. I wasn't rich enough to go to a yacht club.
Me neither.
So I had never gone there either. But yeah, that was one of the highlights of me going back to my hometown was getting to explore those areas. Sadly, I couldn't explore my old house. It was all boarded up. And unfortunately, now it's been torn down. So I will never get to explore my old house again, unfortunately, which kind of upsets me because of the fact that now, since I know what to do and how to handle things, I would love to go in there and try to figure out who it was, that I, was growing up with all that time, but The land, they might still be on the land, but that neighborhood isn't necessarily safe. So I don't want to be outside at dark in that neighborhood.
I'm
That
sure
wouldn't be
it's
a smart
changed. Everything changes so much.
thing. Oh yeah, and I've heard that area of Toledo is not the best anymore. So I don't think I would want to be out there late at night. In fact, when I had gone to see my old house when I was back there on vacation, my cousin who was with me even made the comment, "We need to go during the day, not at night."
I
So
know
I was like,
when
"Okay."
we went to Collingwood, my best friend's boyfriend grew up in Toledo too, and he said that's not the best area for you guys to be in. But
Unfortunately, yeah.
and I think the high school across the street, holy cow, that place is huge.
Now remind me again what high school that is.
I don't know what high school it is, but it took up like 3 blocks. It's if you're at the parking lot and you just walk out to the
Yeah.
street, it's huge.
Yeah, I can't remember what high school that was.
I don't either.
Can't
I'll have to
remember if
Google it.
it's that Catholic high school or not. It's been so long since I've been back, I can't remember.
I don't know. I wonder
I
if I
might
can.
have to ask my friends in Toledo, what high school is across from, because this is gonna drive me crazy now.
I'll Google map it and see if I can figure it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna hold the Lake Erie Parafest over in Sandusky in April.
Okay, I love Sandusky. Dave,
Scott High
I'm sorry,
School.
Dave, you're like all left out. Cedar
No,
Point.
that's fine.
Cedar Point, Cedar Point.
It's
Good
Scott
point.
High School. It's huge.
Okay.
Absolutely huge.
I've never been to that high school.
It takes
So
it's huge. That's all I know. I keep saying that, but it's massive. Like
I've
compared to
never
anything
been.
around here.
The only place I've been to in Sandusky is Cedar Point. Um, I grew up going to Cedar Point every freaking year. I loved it. My favorite amusement park growing up.
Mine.
That was one of the places I went to when I went back. I made sure of that. um, but yeah, that was the only place I had been to in Sandusky. Now, I'm blanking. Is it Norwalk?
Yep.
That's like right next to it. I used to go to Norwalk a lot too,
Did you?
because I had family that lived there. So we would go to Norwalk, and then there's like an Amish community over in that area. Am I right?
I don't know. I haven't seen. Now I think about it, I've never seen Amish when I'm over there.
Oh gosh, I used to see the Amish all the time. Um, when I was, in that area. Um,
Well, the town I live in Indiana is named after Millersburg, Ohio.
okay.
So there's Millersburg, Ohio, which is a big Amish community. And the one I live in is Millersburg, Indiana, and I'm surrounded by Amish.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember in Ohio, I would see the Amish a lot. And then for a short period of time, I lived in the Kentucky and Tennessee area,
Mm-hmm.
and we would see the Amish a lot there. Being out in Arizona, we don't see them. I don't know, Dave, have you ever seen anyone Amish out here? I don't think they even have any groups out here.
I don't think they do.
I don't know, but I know there's places where you can get some Amish furniture. So I'm assuming it's imported,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
It's probably too hot for them out here because, the Amish, live like the old days. I couldn't imagine them putting up with this heat out here.
Yeah, right.
But they
Yeah,
do
no, I
have
don't
cell
blame 'em.
phones now.
Oh, do they?
A lot
I
of
see
them
that
do, but
some had cars before, but
Good for them.
yeah.
yeah,
Moving on up.
the kids would brag about having their hotspot and their iPads when my oldest son was in school, and he's like, okay. And now you see them with more and more cell phones.
Wow.
So
They
Are they
must,
supposed to have them? I mean, are they like,
they
does it
didn't used
cause?
to.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, what happened? Like, how come they changed all of a sudden to like, okay, you can have a cell phone,
Maybe
I
because
don't
of the
know.
world and how dangerous it's becoming.
Yeah, but they kind of keep to themselves though, don't they? I mean, they don't just like
Yeah, but their
venture out too
community kind of
far.
gets invaded sometimes,
Yeah, I
so
bet it does. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
I
we have a four-way stop down here, just down the road from me, and catty corner to where I was sitting at is a little liquor store. And
okay.
there was an Amish buggy parked in there. And this kid, he was probably 21, 22, 23. He comes out carrying the big cases of beer, two of them.
Oh
And
my
he
goodness.
saw me sitting at the stop sign, and his face just dropped like, wow, she sees me buying beer.
Oh my
Hmm.
And he
goodness.
hurried up and put it in the buggy.
Mhm.
And I live right on the highway that runs by here. And it was about 10:30 at night. I was putting my garbage out and I heard this boom, boom, boom bass. And I was like looking around, I'm like, who has their bass turned up that loud? And then I heard clip clop, boom,
Oh,
boom,
that's
boom,
exactly what I thought. Oh
clip clop,
no.
clip clop.
Oh my
They
gosh.
they had bass in that buggy.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's exactly the video my mind created when you said that. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome. That's
the
awesome.
young kids have stereos in those buggies now. They have their cell phones, they have their
All the lights
beans.
on the bottom, the little cool lights.
The cool lights.
Yeah, yeah. Why
Well,
not?
I guess in some ways, they have to kind of involve to keep,
Mhm.
their Amish community together because I mean, with the way the world's involving, they're
Yep,
going to lose a ton of people if they don't evolve a little, probably. I don't know, but I always admired their way of life. I couldn't do it.
I
It's
I
so
could
couldn't.
not do
simple.
it at
Yep,
all, but I
yep.
always
Um,
thought it was cool. You know, are you laughing at me, Dave?
No, 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 not at
I
all.
could not
I
do it.
agree. I
I
Yeah,
agree.
couldn't do
I
it.
couldn't do it. But, I admired it though. I mean, I thought, it's cool that they could set all that aside and still live like a simple life, and
Mhm.
sometimes I would love a simple life, but I would still need my air conditioning and my heater and my car. I know I'm getting like really demanding, but I couldn't do it like they were. But I would love, to see them pass by. Um, I'm trying to recall. I don't know if it was in Norwalk or near Norwalk, Ohio, that the little Amish community was. I think there was an Amish community near Toledo, actually, too. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. And
I couldn't see him.
they had like a restaurant there and like some, different things. And I remember always going to that area and seeing them. And they were like always the friendliest people, too. It's like they were always so friendly, always had a smile for you. They were always very welcoming. I always thought really highly of them. They just seemed like great people, you know, but and we don't see them out here. In fact, I don't remember the last time I've seen an Amish community.
They
It's
only come
been a
out at
while.
night. They only come out at night.
They
That's
only
why you
come
don't
out
see
at
them.
night.
That's why I don't see them.
Are they gremlins?
No, no, well, see, you have to. I can respect the way they live 100%. I mean, they
Yeah.
don't have all the stresses that most people have. They don't have all the worries that most people have because we create all that stuff ourselves. We created all this, all this stuff that we painted gold, in a sense.
It's
But
gold.
it's just no, we did. I mean, we created a ton of chaos in our lives, but then we paint it gold, so it means something. It doesn't. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. So the simple life, man, just your basics. That's all you need to survive. So
Yeah.
we took it to a whole nother level.
Yeah. It's just what we do, I guess.
Yep.
Well, it is already like 8:46. Jen, we definitely want you to be able to promote yourself and tell people where to find you and all that. So I want to switch course and talk about that for a couple minutes.
All right.
I know you said you had some stuff coming up in March. I know you do the whole woman of the paranormal thing and all that stuff. So I want you to tell everyone where they can find out all about this.
So the Women of the Paranormal Celebration, it has its own website. It's womenoftheparanormalcelebration.com. Xander, drop it a few notches. He's playing his game. We're lucky he's not screaming. But what it is it moves every year. We have it at different locations annually. I founded it in 2018. What it started as is a safe place for only women to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
We've got so much support from men in the field as well that we've opened it up to everyone. We'll have groups of women only investigating and groups of mixed. And what we do is we work with domestic violence and sexual assault survivors and victims. For the women's event this year, it's in Harriman, Tennessee at Old Historic Harriman Hospital, and across the street, that's where the vendors will be at. Across the street will be the speakers at Temperance Hall.
Okay.
And then we'll also be investigating the hospital itself. We'll be investigating Brushy Mountain Prison.
Okay.
And we will be collecting non-perishable donations for the Avalon Center. They take care of 7 shelters in 7 different counties in eastern Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
And we're going to have a raffle and a silent auction. All money from that goes towards the shelter.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And
very cool.
Same premise for the Men of the Paranormal event in September. Same thing for the Lake Erie Parafest in April. Yes, April. And then we're going to have, what else am I having? The Cryptid Conference. That's just, I'm not doing a fundraiser for that. And you can find our public events on eclipseparanormal.com and erie.events. So we're just got a whole lot of stuff going on. We have Global Ghost Hunt coming up. And that's actually going to take place during the Lake Erie Parrot Fest. We're going to investigate the merry-go-round museum there in Sandusky.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
And they
You
say,
go back to Ohio.
come on. They say that I'm listening to him and I'm losing my concentration. But one of the horses is actually from the original Cedar Point Carousel.
Okay.
And it's hand-carved wood. And the gentleman that designed it and carved it, that was his wife's favorite carousel horse, and she supposedly haunts it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm like, yes, I love Cedar Point too.
I know. And Cedar Point's supposed to be haunted too. I've heard so many rumors for so long.
So I'd love to investigate there. I would love to have the Lake Erie Parafest there. But in the old ballroom, they say that's haunted.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have it there, but people would want to wander around the park.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, can't do that. But
yeah. That would be fun though, and that would definitely be interesting.
I would love to investigate there. And Kings Island's supposed to be haunted too.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Yeah. Didn't they do an episode of Ghost Hunters out there though? I think they did. At Kings Island?
Don't know. My friend Dave that lives down in Dayton, I don't remember. He's down by Dayton. He's actually got to investigate in there. I'm like, oh, if you ever do it again, please let me know. I will drive my 4 hours down there and go with you.
Yeah, that is so cool. Well, you're definitely making me want to come back to Ohio.
We're actually
not during the winter.
I actually would love to live in Port Clinton.
Yeah.
That's my goal, is to have me a house in Port Clinton where I can see the lake.
Yeah, very pretty.
It's so pretty.
Yeah. Well, Jen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll have to have you come back closer to, your events so you can promote them more and tell us more about them and what you got going on. So definitely keep in touch. Like I said, you got me homesick now, but thank you for being on tonight.
Come out this summer. We'll go to Cedar Point.
I know. I miss it so much. Well, you have a wonderful night. I know you said that you were expecting snow or something, so stay safe, stay warm, and we'll get you back on closer to those events.
All righty. Thank you. You guys have a good night.
All right. Thank you, Jen.
Thanks
have
for stopping by, Jen.
Yep. Oh my gosh. So I am like totally missing Ohio now.
Yeah, you got to go. Gotta
I
go.
know. I'm like, I don't get back there that often
Yeah,
anymore.
especially if that's home, it's
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta go.
I like I think the last time I was back there was when Bailey was like 2 and she's going on 13.
Yeah,
So yeah, I don't get back there that often anymore. I used to go a lot. Because I moved away and then I would go like every year. And then it kind of became every couple years and then it was like every
yeah.
4 years. So
It's
yeah.
not gonna feel the same, I'm sure, when you go back. It's gonna feel completely different.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah,
still have family and friends, back there. I would hopefully have somewhere to stay. I don't know, but
yeah.
I'm like, please let me stay with you. Um, but yeah, it's been a good 10 years probably since I've been back. Well, no, maybe not a full 10 years because I was already doing the paranormal stuff when I was back there. So
Well, either way, it's time, right?
yeah, it's
So,
definitely,
yeah, it's time.
time to go back. I would love to see my old stomping grounds type thing,
Yeah,
but
and go check out some of the places that you never checked out when you lived there because you never even thought that it would matter, you know?
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that's what happened last time. I went to the Toledo Yacht Club, Collingwood. Since I was
mhm.
all into the paranormal now, I was like, hey,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. And both of those have been, I think they've both been on Ghost Hunters. Um, so pretty cool things.
yeah.
I love it.
I would love to go back to some of the places that I lived when I was a child before this was even a thought in my mind,
Hmm.
and truly just go, okay, this place, this, just like go, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go here. But it'll probably never happen, but you know,
Yeah. And now since I'm thinking about it, Bailey was definitely older than 2. She was probably about 5 or 6 when we went back. She was still too little to ride a lot of the rides at Cedar Point, though. But yeah, I think
yeah,
there's probably about 7 years that I have been back. So it's still a long time. 7
yeah,
years is a long time to be away from home, you know?
long enough. Yeah, long enough for sure.
You
Yeah.
know? But there was, and Toledo is where it started for me,
Hmm.
in all reality, because the house I grew up in was haunted, and that was in Toledo. And then the apartment I lived in, when I was older was haunted, and that's what really got my curiosity up was from that apartment,
Hmm.
because that's when I had my major first experience was having, the picture on the wall flip and break. That was the first time that I ever saw, well, I didn't see it break, but that was the first time that I realized a ghost could actually move things,
Yeah,
move
yeah,
a physical object. So that's what really got my curiosity up was living in that apartment, and that's in Toledo.
right.
I could just see me going to the apartment, knocking on the door. Can I come in and
I
investigate?
know, I know. I want to go to where it all started for us too, and it's literally 5 minutes down the road. And I want to go to their house and go, excuse me, this is going to sound really stupid, and you never know, maybe they're having problems right now too.
Right.
You never know. But I guess I'm just going to have to be that weird guy that
That
goes up to
weird
the door. you
Dave, I
know?
hate to break this to you, but you are the weird guy.
Well, that's what I mean. But most people here don't know that. So shh.
So shh, we know that.
Yeah, let them find out for themselves, man.
Like I said, Mayla was texting me going, "You guys in that outhouse conversation," and I'm like, "I'm trying to remember what we were talking
Um,
about."
um, I remember now that you say that. I remember talking about it, but I don't remember
What we
like what was
said.
said. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
we're just
Apparently, it was
chatting.
very
So
interesting. I don't
yeah,
know.
maybe.
I guess we need to be more careful of what we say when we're recorded,
I don't
because
know what I
apparently we
said.
say some weird things.
Yeah, well, I can't help that. Like that's
That's
every
just
day.
who we are.
It's
Yeah,
literally
well, I
every
can
day.
imagine.
Like even to my dogs, I talk to my dogs, and they're just like, "Oh my god." So
Even your
yeah.
dogs are like, "Okay, I've had
Oh
enough."
yeah. Oh totally. Yeah. Yep. No doubt. No doubt.
Well, we had a lot going on.
Yeah.
Uh, Before Christmas, we were like starting to go insane, but we took a couple weeks off, kinda. My goal was to actually take 2 weeks off, but I ended up doing some behind the scenes stuff, so I didn't actually take a full 2 weeks off,
Yeah.
but close.
Yeah.
I didn't do as much.
Yeah.
But we got back and we kicked off the new year with 2 investigations already. Um, going to Tombstone to finish out what we need to do. We are
Mhm.
going to start working with Undertaker's Espresso Bar. We did our last live there, our last podcast there.
Yep.
And I told everyone that we would kind of tell people the results. Um, it was very hard to get EVPs because there was a lot of contamination
Yeah, it was weird.
from us doing the show there because of the echo,
Mhm.
and you couldn't have on your mic because it made weird noises. Um, so EVPs was a little difficult, but we did still manage to get a couple. We're waiting for the team to kind of see what they think of them first. But you did see that shadow right when we were like getting
Yeah.
ready to, you know,
Yep.
stop the podcast. And before the podcast, you were recording Sean to do our little thing that we're going to be putting up on our YouTube.
Yeah, I
And you
got I
said that
got
the
those.
camera just
Yeah,
like turned off.
yeah, it did. It was so weird. And that's absolutely and I don't usually think too much about stuff like that because it's electronics, shit
Mhm.
happens, whatever. But it's never done that. And there was no reason for it whatsoever. So I don't know. No
Yeah.
clue. No clue.
But the shadow was definitely, everyone has basically seen shadows there.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we
Because
all
when we
have.
went,
Yeah.
yeah, when we went the first time, Aubrey saw them, Mayla saw them, although Mayla thought that we had debunked it. And I'm like, no, we hadn't debunked it. We had
No.
determined that it wasn't debunked.
Yeah.
I saw one like peeking out of the bathroom, and then you saw one. Shadows are like really major there because even when we went back on Monday and we talked to the owner, even she was saying that, they would see shadows first thing in the morning. It's like
Hmm.
as soon as they open up, they would be seeing shadows.
Yeah.
So that is definitely something that, when we start those ghost hunts there, that we're going to be telling, everyone to look for is, definitely those shadows.
I love that place. I really do. And the
Yeah,
people that
I
own
think
it,
that's going
run
to be
it,
a
they're
great
awesome.
place. Yeah,
Yeah, they're good
yeah,
people. Yeah.
it's going to be a great place to work with. I really think that, people will not be disappointed, you know. I
Yeah, we
think
haven't been so far, that's for sure.
no, we haven't been.
No.
And the more we're there, the more the spirits are gonna know us. So
Yeah.
I think the more comfortable they're gonna get with us and come out and do things even more.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to start that. I think that's starting at the end of this month, but if it's not the end of this month, then it's definitely starting in February. So we'll be out there in Tombstone like almost every weekend almost. And then we are still got something that might be coming up. I haven't heard back yet, so I don't like to
Mhm.
talk about that one until I have it
Yeah.
finalized. But we've investigated there, and that's what we were doing. But it's really exciting. I still have my ghost tour running. In fact, the first one's tomorrow. I did manage to get in some dates for the ghost experience at Laco or JoJo's. Sorry, it's
Yeah.
not every
No.
month.
No, Laco.
Laco, yeah, Laco. It's not every month. We're not doing it every month like we used to. But I do have like 3 set up between now and June.
Mhm.
So it's still something. We're not totally saying goodbye to it, but like we said last year, it's kind of on a back burner type thing, which is where
Yeah.
it is, but it's still there. So that's a great thing. But I really think that 2024 is going to be a very busy year for us because we have 2 investigations we need to schedule still. We are
Mhm.
going to have these public ghost hunts. We have training with new members. 2024 is going to be really exciting for us, I think.
Yeah, it's off to a great start, so
Yeah.
just
And
keep it
let's just hope
rolling.
we don't get weird like the rest of the world and we'll be good to go.
Yeah, we'll see.
Next week, I believe it's next week that we do have an alien person on the show. So that would be interesting. We can bring up the Miami
I
thing for
I
sure.
love how you call her an alien person. I'm just
I know,
like
alien person.
I know what you mean, and so does but for me, my mind,
Goes to she's an
it's like,
alien.
she's an alien lady, yeah, she's an alien. Yeah, we're talking
So
to an
it'll be
alien next
fun.
week.
Yeah, we haven't. Oh, that would be cool. We
That
need to
would be
find
very
one and bring
cool.
one on the show.
Yeah, yeah, no,
That would be awesome. We'll keep their location a secret. We
sure.
can do that. It would be like just appear on the show. We won't give out your location.
Yeah, promise, we
That'd be
promise.
cool.
Yeah,
That would be so cool.
Yeah, and then she could like show me her spaceship and stuff. You know, let me touch all the buttons in there. You know?
Give us a video tour of it.
Yeah, yeah. I want to drive it.
I'd settle for that, you know.
Yeah, I want to drive it, fly it, whatever. Whatever it does, I want to do that. Yeah.
All right, Dave. Well, it is that time. You want to say what it is that you need to say?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to everyone just hanging out with us tonight, and I just want to say hello verbally to Mercedes because she popped in when you guys were talking. I didn't want to interrupt anything, and that's cool that she stopped by for a few minutes. It's always good to see her and Joe and talk to them and see how they're doing, and we're going to do that soon. So I'm looking forward to that as well. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for everybody that says anything to us ever. I mean, anybody that hops on the website, anybody that hops on the YouTube, anybody that's, wherever you are checking us out and hanging out with us, we appreciate you. And thanks to Stan and the whole web, network. It's great. So you guys check them out too. Don't forget. And good night.
Yeah. Yeah, Mercedes has her own show on the web network. So that's cool. And we're doing our training out at her house. So she's so cool to let us go out there and, do the training. And yes, thanks to Stan. Prayers go out to
it was awful. Yeah.
Everyone in Stan's area, the families out there in Alabama and all that stuff. Devastating, tornadoes. Prayers and thoughts to all of you. Prayers and thoughts to everyone who is having all that bad weather and all the weird stuff going on. The world does seem crazy right now. Just keep your heads up, keep smiling. Remember to be kind. That is so important. Be kind. That will make so much difference. Yeah. But yes, thank you, Stan, for taking the time out to put us on air tonight. Thanks to all of our listeners. I really hope everyone had some wonderful holidays. Really hope everyone's New Year's is going good. And, we hope that you will join us next week. And check out TucsonGhostCompany.com, TucsonGhostSociety.com, our YouTube, Tucson Ghost Company. I am all over, social media, so you can find me anywhere, usually under this Becky McKitty Guidison or under Tucson Ghost CO. And next week, please tune in. But until then, remember, you are never truly alone. Good night, everyone.
Good night, guys.